sheriff said.
soon enough you're gonna see someone who has like an actual deficiency, but all I can think about is really that's the worst you could do on someone, Paizo. Got a whole bunch of monsters who've been living in an underground space filled with radiation, and the best you could do is this? God damn it, Paizo, I want mouths and mouths.
Mother Mouthers.
I want to mouth him on the side of his face. Like Sonic, but not in a good way. It is not artistic interpretation. Anyway, last time I recall, a whole bunch of shit happens. You beat the crap out of a guy that you tried to save in a fight. Well, to be fair, they were a good distraction during that fight, so at least there was that. And I also think I'll let you level up.
Yeah.
Or you did level up.
Did.
I forgot if it was legitimate or not. It is irrelevant. As long as the experience totals are complete, all is good. You're also like 2 levels over what Josen is. Poor guy. I'm not gonna level him up. I'm not gonna level him up. That's too much work.
Yeah, as a wizard, it's gonna take an hour and a half to get through the spells.
I mean, to be fair, I know exactly what he would pick for levels because I made him with a certain theme in mind, so it's very easy to pick things. And since I don't have to worry about him being viable for a fucking campaign, I could just go fun. And then the spell just works, and I'm like, wow. I guess that's what you get when you have fun, huh? Anyway, it's the antechamber. Not the antechamber, but the anti with an E. The rugs in this room, Flora, are badly scorched. Scorched. I thought I said scorned for a moment. Scorched. And the walls are painted with blood and fowler fluids in the shape of jagged runes. This is Zolgath near one wall, and their throats all torn out. There's also like a whole bunch of boot prints in the soot on the ground. From, the 4 guys who came storming out of the room a bit ago. The dead Zolgath seems to be clenching something against its chest as it's all rolled up in a fetal position.
Oh? Oh. Let's go check
Take
that
a
out.
look.
Wait, how hard is this check?
It might be a book.
Books. Ew.
Ew.
Is that allowed?
Oh no, it's chromatic orb.
What?
It's the reading rainbow.
Are you gonna do something or not?
Yeah, we're gonna check out the book.
What book?
Whatever the thing's holding.
I never said he held a book.
I was making a stupid joke.
Yeah, just examine what he was holding.
Taking a look at what he's holding. You walk right over the circle, right over to him, and grasp firmly from his chest a hunky, chunky ruby.
Wait, so is he in this room?
Yeah.
I'm not that chunky.
Okay, then I guess we are in here.
I mean, I know I have a +3 Constitution score, but I'm not that chunky.
You found a Bella, you found a ruby, but she's over here.
There's a lot of rubies in this dungeon. I know. Found like a whole bag of them upstairs.
At one time. Okay, so.
Anyone gonna pick it up, or just gonna leave that obviously cursed ruby on the ground?
Alright, I'm picking it up.
There's an item here, but if you don't have a light source, you can't see it.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
Yeah, Alori.
Yeah, I'm
Alori can't hear the GM.
There is
She'll take it.
There is a torch in the room. I'm just an idiot. Boop.
So I'm pretty sure I still have Josen's light spell on me, so I'm in the room now.
Well then, access the loot spot that's right over there. Take it.
I grabbed it.
Nice.
The lore explodes.
Alright, what else were we here to do?
More killing, definitely.
Well, weren't you here to help Ulthadar's grave get cleaned up a little bit so that he can get the fuck out of here?
Yeah. We're gonna find the. Also, I have all my spells back, right? I keep forgetting.
I mean, you get what you get new, but you don't get to recover the old, as it were.
Yeah,
okay, so I had 4th levels.
We didn't get a rest or anything.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I know what you're so nervous about. I don't see anything
Kinda
worth
felt
fighting right now. Or that needs
Well.
particular magical problem solving.
I'm gonna take the lead and listen to what's beyond the door.
You don't hear much.
Okay. Pop it open then.
Taking a look beyond the door, you see quite an interesting scene. First off,
Jesus.
there are the deep recesses which are carved into the walls of this room. Most are empty. Above each is a brass plaque. There's splintered wood, broken glass, prayer beads, dried bones, and other debris heaped in huge piles. There's also a completely torn and shot the fuck up guy in the corner. He has a vestigial arm. Wow, how spooky. Comes out of his armpit.
That's kind of gross.
It is. It's even grosser that, the guy's all beat up and there's bones sticking out of his body. In a bad way. Like someone snapped him over their knee.
Do I take the shot?
Is
Kind
it
of helpless.
it-
Can one of you guys go speak to them?
sure?
Go ahead, Alora.
I'm taking
All right.
point.
Hey, I know. I'm on top of.
Hey.
Oh, hey.
Also,
Yeah.
the loot pile is greedy. That's so fitting.
I'm not
So,
just gonna.
once you get far enough into the room, you notice a kobold in the corner who's mostly tied up and seems to have been covered in, for some reason, an excessive amount of soot.
Wait, is it you?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a very familiar cult.
It's our favorite Tiamat worshipping idiot.
Well, I mean, I'm not there to see it, but
Well,
I'm
then
not-
move into the room.
I'm keeping a ranged eye on the thingy.
I'll walk up to him and check him out. See if he's alive.
He seems to be breathing, at the very least. And once you get close enough, and he can hear your footsteps, he starts wriggling and opens his mouth to say something, but the first thing that happens is a large amount of soot just billows out.
You know what?
Need some water or something, pal?
It seems it is difficult for them to speak with their mouth full of dust. Being dry and all.
Do we have water?
I mean, yeah, we carry water skins and stuff, so
Listen,
I assume
man.
we have
Alright.
water.
You gotta carry water bottles with you to hydrate on the road.
Also, knowing how my magic works, I'm gonna gently lift up Astrax and try to grab him a little closer to here.
Drag him out of the corridor where he's propped up against the wall.
Yeah.
And then you splash
Then,
a little water on him. I presume.
Yeah, and give him a level 1 AoE.
Just enough to, pop him up a little.
The little kobold seems to pep up quite a bit. Starts to wiggling. Oh. Well, I guess everyone gets 8 healing.
Yeah.
Including the
Yeah.
guy in the corner.
Because, I mean, I don't know what they're up to.
Let's see
Not
what's
sure
his
why we're healing them before we know if they're gonna try to kill us.
I mean, he's still very hurt. If he tries to kill us, he'll die because you're faster than him, probably.
You said you had your eyes trained on him. You know what's up.
In that case, you will see that the exact process of events is this. You see him open his eyes a little bit, and he closes them again, pretend to be dead. He starts to ham it up a little much because he's not trained in the art of deception. There's no idea how to actually make this look good, as it were. And then he starts
Okay, bud.
muttering and gesturing.
I'll take the shot.
Take
No.
the shot! Pew pew. Well, take it. Take it easy, but take it.
Love that image.
You.
Jesus.
Wait, no, it's not a cold iron arrow.
You think its sternum would be sturdier than that?
Well,
Try
he's
to be
now a wall
helpful.
ornament.
Pretty much, yes. I mean, he collapsed his entire sternum and ribcage inward. Probably stabbing his
He's
chest
been
and lungs in the process, judging by the awkward wheezing sound that comes out.
Just Gibbs.
Pretty much. The little kobold starts to wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And slides out of his binds.
Well, that was fun.
Oh, the water probably helped. The soot sure didn't. That's going to get some rope burn. When he pops out, he holds up his hands as if to praise the gods. Ah! I should have known you would have come here again after our last fateful meeting. It seems we are drawn to places where the forces of chaos congeal together into heaps and clumps.
So
You seem to be,
wait, you're here?
you seem to be drawn to places where you end up getting tied up and thrown in a corner.
It is simply a consequence of working on oneself.
Yeah, how are you doing, buddy? You doing all right?
I'm doing more than fine, and everything was within the perfectly acceptable measure of control to begin with. I'm not so foolish as to get myself placed in a situation I couldn't resolve.
Also, that guy wasn't with you, was he? Pointing to the
I think by most
Caligas,
definitions
apparently.
he would have been considered my captor, although he got blown up by his own next captive.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Do you know
Certain.
what kind of person that next captive was?
He tried to summon this great vulture of sorts.
Ah,
And when he wasn't capable of satisfying the vulture's many questions, the vulture pretty much tore him to pieces and threw him in the corner. And then there was this big explosion. I'm not sure why. It was all a mess.
yeah, they do that. That explains the Vrock,
I
or at
killed
least
it.
or at least a Vrock. There might be more than one.
I know it's like, what is the action thing? Is it me? Ooze.
Oops.
Mhm.
Yes. For I have found that there is something foul afoot, and I feel that it is deep within the earth. For I follow the many paths and trails that your surfaces would never put your feet down into. Which is to say that if you continue to hunt these particular specimens and their activities in the world, I'm sure we will meet again, but perhaps in places known as the Darklands.
That's specific. I don't know where those are.
The
I don't think I do
Darklands
too.
are the lands below everything. You might say that it's a dark underneath things.
Like in
But for
Hunter.
copyright reasons, we can't call it that.
Don't-
Cheliax is very specific about that.
Don't say it.
They invaded
don't say it.
Taldor over that one. I'll be honest, I'm surprised they managed to figure it out. Point is, there's the Darklands underneath the world. Many tunnels and caves that most surfacers are smart enough not to put their feet down into. Miles of barren road before you reach any place with food and supplies. Constant darkness. There's only so long you can keep a magic spell on down there, especially. Point is, I know that down there is a Zolgath city of sorts. And, judging by how things are going, the odds are you might end up there too.
Yeah,
We
it
haven't
seems
seen
like
a lot of the Zolgath lately. Like they just show up all the time.
Yes, and my investigations have managed to prove that they're most definitely, if tangentially, related to the activities of those strange druids we met back at the Hermitage.
Great. Fantastic.
That means if we run into the druids and the Zolgath, we can take them both down again.
He raises his hands anew. I must say that it is strange for Tiamat to send me on a path that aligns with goody two-shoe surfacers. But on the other hand, this might imply that this problem is greater than mere good or evil.
yeah.
What have you
maybe
learned
Tiamat-
over your travels? Perhaps something of the motivation, for I have only learned of the Zolgath and their movements, but not their means or motivations for doing any of this.
They're
Well,
going after the big towers with the giant Aeon stones on them.
Ah,
and
yes.
right now,
In a divine vision, I saw the orbs removed, and suddenly the Isle of Cortus was as if a barren rock. Then certainly. I can
Yeah,
see
we
what.
found.
Yes.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was saying, yeah, we found something on top of a temple trying to get one of the stones, and well, we saved it.
Hmm. Quaint.
So they'll try again.
Wait a
They
minute.
definitely seem to be after the Aeon Stones.
There's this moment of contemplation upon the kobold's face, as he suddenly realizes something that might be going on. And then he just smiles politely. Well, either way, it is kind of you to save me, but I have things that require addressing right now. I'm certain we will meet again on these troublesome paths.
And hopefully you'll, be well when we meet again.
Perhaps
No,
I will get the chance to save you from your own captivity at some point. It would only
Oh,
be
that'd
fair
be-
to repay the service.
You do owe us 2 at this point.
Then I will save you from an extra tight prison.
I'll hold you to that.
Although, as we all know, it's very uncommon for adventure paths in the middle of things to imprison characters. They usually start out there more than anything.
Yeah,
That is
usually.
Unless it's a video game, then we'll lose all of our equipment for 10 minutes and have to do a stealth section
Yeah, and then it'll all be in one box.
right next to
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, usually near the entrance to
Just-
the.
I
Cages.
gotta say, all these guards are extremely polite about not stealing your really cool shit.
Like you'd think they'd use the enchanted weaponry and shit they take from us, but no.
Oh my
Just
god.
put it in a box.
Get a load of these. Goddamn, get a load of these ferrets. Look at that little nerd.
And look, Dizzy, it takes like a full couple minutes to attune to that equipment. They don't want to do that. That takes too long.
Actually, no, in
Yeah.
Pathfinder, again, it's just an action to grip it firmly.
Yeah, that's still an action. That's like 2 seconds out of a round.
Look at those dummies.
Mm.
Well,
Look at these ferrets. I want to see these ferrets.
I, however, have exhausted my resources, and judging by the fact that the demons seem to be going a little bit afoot around here, I think that there's little more for me to learn from this particular location. Not to mention I have preparations to make. Surely we will meet again, near one of the towers, perhaps. For if they are indeed the center point of this operation, then I too must travel to them. Anyway, away!
Astrax, wait. If you intend to go through the main entrance, don't, because currently the city guard is there, and they might not let you pass. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what your relationship is with them, but just be careful.
Yeah, we already sent some guys that are probably getting their asses kicked right now.
Yeah.
Ta! I might be an affiliate of Tiamat, but such things can easily be hidden, and we are close enough to Absalom that the money of Abadar speaks louder than any sense of faith. Besides, they're the town guard. If I come out with my hands up, and I'm not one of these fools in their demon-worshipping ways, then I'll make it through. Do not worry.
Alright.
He also
Alright.
has plus 16 diplomacy. He knows how to smooth talk.
Very good.
Good luck,
Alright,
champ.
take care.
Away! You hear an
They
ever
didn't do anything.
more silent growing scamper off into the distance.
Pat, pat, pat,
Eventually gets like a little
I'm
echo
looking.
to it as well.
Probably. I'm looking at the greedy loot sack.
pat.
Taking a look,
What
you
thing?
find that in this room is some sort of stole, perhaps a civilized stole, a really shiny religious symbol of what's his name again? Aridin.
Eridan.
Yeah, and then there's some good feel good juice.
Hey, we were looking for these things.
Yeah, the stalls specifically.
And
And
the
the ball.
bomb.
Oh, yeah.
But, Alora,
Yeah.
because the last one helped a little bit, and they probably won't anymore because of how adventure paths are written, take the the symbol.
Alright. I will hold on to this.
I mean,
guess I'll hold on to the quest mark.
there's an
items.
insignificant chance that, judging by the way things are going, you're going to the high mountain, aka where Aridin sat his big fat ass down. So an Aridin
this-
religious symbol might find another use.
Yeah, we're probably gonna encounter some Eridan related stuff.
You
so
might even
having-
encounter some people who still worship him despite his death.
Yeah, like that big stone statue thing that would have probably left us alone.
Nah, I mean,
Probably
like,
more things like that.
living people or cults.
Oh,
I think fancy setting need to get their head out of their ass. If a god dies, doesn't mean people suddenly stop. It's not how it works. I'm wagging my finger at you, you lazy writers.
It's not like in the real world we need a god to be alive.
Gods don't have to do shit to get all the chicks.
I mean, hell, sometimes they just make chicks for themselves to get.
Hell yeah. God
Sometimes-
damn it,
several-
Christian God. Why did you make
Oh.
him out of Adam's rib? Now it's technically gay.
Some pretty pretty sure Egypt had like a lot of gods that like died and stuff.
Oh yeah,
I
there's
mean,
the whole
London
cutting the
was
guy
really
up,
big.
and then I think Seth stole like a guy's penis when it was cut up. It's
Yeah.
great. It's great.
No, Seth tried to take Osiris's throne, but then Horus cut his balls off.
It's great. It's great.
That was the story.
They got it going on. I gotta say.
Yeah, they got some wild stuff happening.
I mean, same with Norse mythology.
All right, kids.
Fun time.
Alright. Well, I should not be taking point.
Well, if Eltrex went that way, that's probably a way to an exit. So let's keep looking around through here.
I hope next time we find him, he's not tied up again.
I
Yeah.
hope he's living his best life next time we find him.
The only thing you hear through this door is the subtle sound of crackling fire.
Okay.
Oh god, it's an elemental.
What?
Oh god, it's an elemental.
Oh.
No, Bella, it's
No,
a
no.
doorway to the elemental plane of fire.
I'm going home.
Vibrant tapestries adorn the east and west walls in this room. The woven masterpiece are in remarkably pristine condition considering the damage elsewhere in the temple. What if this was the first room the players got in? Fragrant smoke wafts through the room from elegant silver sconces built into each of the room's four corners. A large engraving of a winged eye stares from the north wall above a stone shelf piled high with half-melted candles.
Pretty.
You know, there's a lot of like silver and gold just mounted into the walls around here.
Just gonna waltz into the room.
I mean, it is a religious temple.
I mean, I'm
Look
not
at the
gonna,
Catholics.
Wait a minute.
Like, feel it.
I don't get this. For some reason it mentions stairs, but there are no stairs in this room.
Maybe it means stairs, like looking at things intensely.
Nah, it's definitely got the yeah, I mean, there is an eye in the room. Fair enough. Unless you're interested in picking up 4 ever-burning torches. Which,
I'm
for some
actually
reason,
not
smell
sure.
like sweet-smelling incense. There doesn't seem to be much in this room. It's a nice, quiet, contemplative kind of chamber.
I mean, I'll take one for future reference, but then
Yeah, ever burning torches are never a bad thing. We just never get them because we're dumb.
yeah.
To be
Yeah,
fair,
we
that
have no light source among us.
was one of my first games. Anyway, as I mentioned, if you want to, I can just throw several of them into your loot bag.
Please do.
Now you can never ever complain to me about your light source again because you have more than your party members. You can even put one in Garlic's mouth.
Just strap a bunch to garlic so he's just glowing.
Besides, they're like 15 gold a pop.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could sell the extra.
These
For like
particular ones
5
also
gold.
smell of incense, but only within their light radius.
Cute.
So you can like hide around the corner and the smell just instantly vanishes. It's very strange because that's not how smells usually work. Oh, I put a
Yeah.
loot spot here anyway. Whoops. But you were standing on top of it, so I couldn't see it.
Oh no.
This is what happens when you're a dummy like me. Well,
Big dummy.
how do you want to go next?
Let's gotta manually move. Because the collision when you're riding on a thing is kind of wacky.
You could always just ask me where to go and ping it.
Yeah, but
I can click and drag you through walls.
I
Safi
want to
has
do it.
power.
We already went in there, yeah?
No, that's where those guys came from. It's a kitchen of sorts.
Oh.
You see a large stone
Nope.
fireplace, in fact. Unlike everything else, this kitchen is also remarkably clean, other than the ash that's underneath the hearth.
Which is normal.
It has a large cast iron cauldron. Although it
Cast
appears to be
iron.
cleaned.
Oh, you
Oh.
coming?
Yeah, sorry, I looked away for a minute.
Neat.
Josen
Looks
checks
like-
and sees a pantry. And he also sees the
yeah.
hallway you were in a bit ago, where you started out your adventure on this floor. Can't go through walls. Whoa. Well, you just did.
Someone moved me. I'm
In the next room, you find the wine storage. This room is filled with a strong smell of spilled wine. Puddles of wine cover the floor amid smashed bottles. Why doesn't it not mention, like, the rows of shelves with bottles in them?
Yeah, we were told by the ghost that there were potions in here.
Indeed. You decide to check all the bottles for any anomalies in that case, since that is how one would logically find a bottle, though. Doing so, you find that one of the bottles contains another smaller bottle.
That's weird.
It's not as weird as putting ships in bottles, but hey.
Well, that's more of a hobby. This just seems impractical.
Potion equipment.
Hobbies are for the impractical.
Quick sippy.
Give it a sip for quickness.
A quick sip.
Guess I'll grab that. Neat. Potions, singular.
Yep. I mean, to be fair, you were fighting some guys who were in this room prior. Judging by all the spilled wine and everything.
They were having a hell of a time.
Maybe. It's also possible they smashed each other in the heads with the bottles for kicks.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I'd like to get smashed.
Yeah.
Let's get
Smashed
wasted.
like alcohol. Okay, where else haven't we been? We haven't been in the Frox room, and we haven't been down this area. This was closer, so let's zip zoom.
Zip zoom whammo kabammo. Man, it's nice. You haven't had to see Altador for a while.
I know,
Yeah.
that is certainly nice. Oh my god, he's gonna show up now.
Not really.
Hello, you non-humans.
Hello!
your-
Those who blemish the
Filthy.
fate of the god of humans with your non-human nature. Ooh. There might be a ghost and possess no nerve endings, but I sure get the heebie-jeebies from your presence. Ooh. He checks his wallet.
He goes to the other side of the street.
He goes to the other wall. Oh. You hear nothing through this particular door, other than your own blood vessels. 12 statues ring the perimeter of this round, cavernous chamber. The exquisitely detailed stonework depicts humans facing inwards towards the room center, each wearing a mask of cloth, leather, or stranger materials. Low stone steps lead to a circular dais in the center of the room, where an inscription has been carved deeply into grey stone. There's double doors leading to the north. You know, whoever wrote this, there's no stairs, and those are not double doors by how they're represented on the map, which... There's a lot of dropped balls on this floor in terms of map design.
It might have been written for an older version of the map.
It's entirely possible. I always like that kind of stuff, because it makes me go, ooh.
Yeah.
Two of the statues appear to be missing their masks now that you're deep enough within to get a good look around.
Anyway,
Hey, Magic
Anything
folks.
interesting, Ruby?
There's a lot of statues in here. A big old dais.
You know, humans, they like their statues.
well, elves do too.
And dwarves. Dwarves
No,
really
dwarves
love
like rocks.
statues.
It's different.
They like making things out
For
of
sure,
rocks.
dwarves marry rocks.
Yeah, probably.
So, I really do wonder something about... So before I mentioned, like, haunts and traps you can stop by. You know, oh, I'm going to exorcise them. But here I scratch my head. Because the way it's described is to dismiss the magic. Which sounds to me like the spell dispel magic. Paizo.
Would work.
Are you trying to have both magic systems at once? And I lean in real close. What the fuck are you doing, buddy?
Forgotten your systems again?
You're using
Just wait
Vancian
all
magic.
over
Using Vancian, you can't just go like, oh, people can just dismiss magic. No. You have a spell for that. What you doing, buddy?
Wink, 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 wink.
Aggressively wink. To be fair, if you ever describe your winking as aggressive, something's going on.
Something painful.
But yeah,
Well-
like, is there anything else noteworthy of the statues themselves?
I mean, unless you're interested in strange leather masks, there really isn't much in this room worth that is immediately. I mean, I guess you could remove the statues with a lot of work, but
I mean, I'm not really into that lifestyle. And this leads back out to that exit. Collision.
Also, where was the tomb? I forgot the actual
Yeah, we
term
need to go
for
to
it.
the tomb,
you haven't found it
actually.
yet.
Yeah, well, making our way around
Making our way
You
down
see
there.
Josen squinting off to the west.
to the west.
Yes. Once you're in the room, you see why. The west side of this hallway has crumbled away into an enormous natural cavern. A crude ramp of crumbled stone and earth leads from the cavern floor and up to the hallway. You can see the remnants of a camp, like the glitterings of belt buckles and the small smoldering of embers off in the distance.
This cave is likely metamorphic rock, which would be calciferous in nature.
I mean,
I'd
considering
say
that you
if I was a dwarf.
I don't know. I mean, I honestly would imagine that this place is more magmatic, like settled rock, not even eroded yet. What is that even called? Gosh darn it! I knew the cycle
Big
from.
rock.
I fear the day that I actually played Dwarf.
Dwarf.
What was the cycle
Dwarf,
you were
dwarf.
remembering, Safi?
The cycle of rock. Here we go. There's magma. What does magma cool into?
Magma cools into 3 different things, which are
Igneous.
igneous rocks, and then those break down into metamorphic rocks, then eventually settle into sedimentary. They get broken down in water.
Gotcha. Well, this would probably be igneous rock then, considering that I imagine that the Isle of Arran and Kotos are geologically active positions, given that they're in the middle of fucking nowhere. They're those hotspots like Hawaii. At least I imagine that's the case. The whole
A lot of
way that
pumice.
the inner sea is set up feels like there's a fault line here somewhere going on, you know?
So we'd have a lot of pumice.
Get that pumice out of here. As mentioned, now that you have a light source out of it, you can indeed see, like, there's obviously a camp of some sorts, but there's no one in it. Just some tents covering things.
Well, let's go to the camp. See what's up.
You take a quick look around and find that there's.
Mm,
You ended directly on top of the loot spot. Thank you.
Oh.
The camp seems to have mostly been abandoned. However, in the rush, a few items have rolled under certain bedrolls and nesting. So, you find a glowing rune of ouchies and a jade globule in the shape of a dude.
Neat.
that seems
Shape of
like a ruby type jade.
Is that you?
That's your cousin.
Did you find
Hey,
another
you.
ruby?
No, I meant the jade. Seems like a ruby type thing.
Oh yeah. I can draw aggro with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I am a
And
master.
aggro
with my
drawing
weapon.
is your thing.
Yeah. That's a talisman. Okay.
A one-time use.
One-time use, huh? Great.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Well, you know, it's 2E is flush with consumables.
Also, would wounding apply to a bow? Because if so, Fuyu's turbo crit weapon can probably benefit from that.
Heh.
I mean, possibly. Does it?
I mean, it doesn't say that it can't.
Yeah, it doesn't say melee only, so
Yeah. So I guess it just makes your bowstring extra powerful.
Marvelous.
you can take that.
Take it, and later, when you have a little time to yourself, you can slap it on.
Yeah.
It is now in my bag.
Wow. There we go. So that's all there is to see at this camp? No, like, information or anything?
I mean, the information is that this is probably where the Zolgath got in.
Probably.
It's possible they had to dig. There is like a whole line of like crumpled stone near the wall, which is a detail not mentioned by the description. So again,
Right?
it feels like something you might want to mention. Like, is the wall caved in, carved in, magically pushed aside?
Yeah.
Is there just a hole where
Shattered
the
by pure
wall should be?
force.
Yeah. Was this here beforehand, or did someone break in, or
It,
like?
like you should mention this in the description in some fashion, like whatever or not. There's lots of stone, just rubble around. It mentions later, oh, it collapsed decades ago. Well, okay, cool. Could you put that in the
Yeah.
description so the players might, go,
Yeah, because that's something you could probably tell just by looking.
Yeah, if the hole in the wall has a certain shape and texture depending on how it came to be. Anyway,
Yeah.
Ruby's in front of a door.
Oh, there's the tomb.
The room smells, and the first thing you notice when you walk in is that there is just a lot of blood dripping on the ground.
Great.
Well, not actively dripping. I mean, there's a lot of like blood puddles around.
Blood splatter.
Like someone had a big fight here just a moment ago.
Yeah, looks it's fresh enough to not have dried yet. So
Inward.
Anyway, the double doors to this large open crypt lead to a small balcony and a short flight of stairs. The stone railing on the balcony has been cracked onto the floor a few feet below. Well, that's just great. OSHA ain't gonna like that one. Several metal slabs protrude a few inches above the floor, each bearing a life-sized representation of a reclining human priest. Now, you need comfy. That the slabs cover graves is obvious, as 3 of the lids have been torn from the ground to reveal several shallow pits, aka some of the graves are still open, or have been opened. Apparently, this room contains several smoky torches, but they're not on the map. Again, what a weird discrepancy to have. I appreciate, though, that it's like, by the way, the Zolgath can see fine, but their dinosaur companions cannot.
Really need that help.
Which is weird, because I think the implication is that the dinosaurs come from underground. Why aren't they able to see in the darkness when everything else here can?
Zolgath are bred then.
yeah, that's weird.
It's like, oh, we grew up underground. Can you see in the dark? No? Then how the fuck do you hunt anything?
I can't see shit.
I'm dumb. Evolution left me behind, and he sticks out his tongue. Blech.
I'm a creationist. I don't believe in evolution. That explains a lot.
Anyway,
So-
unfortunately,
Well,
while
should-
you didn't see him before, he does show up in this room.
Yeah, I was gonna call out to him anyway. This probably needs some
Woe
instruction.
is me! Our crypts desecrated by the actions of such foul creatures, and now my graves are left. My worldly possessions are yours in gratitude for your aid. And he waves his hands all dramatically.
Oh, you're actually okay.
Is there anything we can do to, like, lay to rest properly, or like honor the graves or whatever? It's usually what you have to do with ghosts.
I think that covering their graves and saying a simple prayer shall do what needs to be done.
Okay.
I can do that. I just won't tell you that, I usually pray to Kedifis, God of the elves. Push push. Push push.
Kettle of fish.
Closing.
Rub-a-dub-dub, thanks for the grub.
I mean, he said
Says
his
the
worldly
irreligious fox.
possessions are
Yeah,
ours.
the loot spot is like the one set that he'll let you take without trouble. If you want to check the
Yeah.
other ones and loot some actual graves without permission, feel free.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so-
messed up. I'm not gonna do that.
Laura's definitely not going to do that.
Elora, can you roll me some religion as you decide to see if you can impromptu give some final rites Eridan style?
Oh yeah. Here's some final rights coming at you.
I got a
Freestyle, boy.
I was hoping for you to crit fail because that would be like you hamming up the whole hating non-humans thing's a bit too much.
And thus thee did say, fucketh the Non-humans.
Fuck those elves. And it's like, well, that's not what we're about. That's just a happy coincidence. All right.
Just happen really don't like them.
You managed to do better than just saying abracadabra, abracazoo. And read them their final rites in evident style, which probably involves, I don't know, probably some words about glory and heroism and the goodness of the soul. Ulthadar starts to fade away and dissolve, except his headdress.
Oh, thank God.
Now my soul's finally been laid to rest.
He like fades out. Like
He was
He was
about to.
hour.
God damn it! He was about to give his cool thing.
Mhm.
Anyway, I'll add to the
Think-
loot pile the diadem of his head that falls off his head and goes clink clink on the ground.
Grab that Aeon stone.
Wow, another one of those.
Just-
It's a tourmaline sphere.
Yeah,
I
I
have
think
some
that's
tourmaline over there.
for Laura to have. Because it prevents you from dying.
I don't die as fast.
And Laura has a bad habit of getting crit and laid on the floor dead.
Joseph sees
That has happened.
like the faintest representation of Ulthadar in a room and goes, "Oh, he's gone, ain't he? Woo!
Thank
About
goodness.
time.
Guess that's one less evil in the world."
I don't know about evil.
Unless annoyance.
And he was more of his time than evil.
He's
just
still
old.
a chump.
I mean, I guess, but
I'm not gonna forgive him.
I'm honestly
That's
glad that Iomade kind of dropped the whole thing despite being Eridan's herald.
Yeah. It's probably for the best.
I think we're done here for the most part, unless you want to go pick up that weird cup.
I mean, what was in the cup?
The cup of twisted desires.
Oh yeah, that.
Yeah, it's the prank cup.
Yeah, I don't think I want to touch something called Twisted Desires.
It's just a
we-
prank,
we-
bro, and a guy wakes up fucking destroyed after a horrible night's sleep.
We could try to guide that dinosaur out of the church.
It'll probably find its way.
I'm sure someone else will get it out.
It's fine here.
It
Yeah,
got here.
what-
It knows how to
I
get
don't know
out.
how to get down here.
The
Looks like
thing
we're
is,
done.
we could be all screw eye and get a dinosaur in our circus.
Gosh. I mean, you're free to take it with you if you feel that you can manage it, but
I don't think we can manage getting it out easily.
Yeah.
I mean, I've already got garlic. I'm fine.
I already got
There's
the
only-
boy. You got the
Only rule
goods.
for one. Only rule for one big boy in this party.
When you make your way out, you run, of course, into Endora Paladrine. Man, technically, there's only like one set of doors that would cause any trouble for the dinosaur, and that's the ones near the sanctuary, like the big room with the what's it called, the lectern. It's like that one room where there's a
lectern would
one
be the
space
lectern.
wide door.
Yeah.
All the others are doubles, so yes, the dinosaur could squeeze through most of them. That's great. Anyway, indeed, you run into the Lady Paladrine.
Did we instantly see like a bunch of red cat corpses?
In fact, there seems to have no one been up here and died at all.
Aw.
Oh, wait, no,
Endora
it wasn't
Paladrine
Red
does
Cap.
thank you, however, for saving several innocent civilians held captive down below.
Oh,
Oh no.
let's not mention it. Let's, let's
That's-
just.
Let's leave that for someone else to be a quest.
Yeah, that's another. It's another problem for another day.
To be fair, they'll probably take a while before they start doing the killing, because if they start right away, they're like obviously the most suspicious people around.
By the time that happens, we're gonna be way out of town.
Excellent. I like your thinking. Endora
Yeah, hopefully
Paladrine,
won't
however,
damage
would
the
like
sand.
a status report. What's the situation down in the caves? No smugglers, no bad things, no demon or devil worshippers.
A
Well,
lot of
there
devil worshippers and devils. Well, demons, not devils. There's a
past
distinction.
tense.
She doesn't think the distinction is relevant.
Well,
We
I
took
mean,
care of it. Don't worry. They're dead.
Cheliax would complain.
They
Uh,
would sign a formal complaint. Thank you.
Yeah. But yeah, there were a lot of Zolgath down there who were summoning a whole lot of demons. They were working with the menagerie leader, who was apparently bringing them things to sacrifice, like people, and yeah, it was a hell of a mess. There was a really racist ghost. He's
He's
gone
gone
now.
now.
Yeah, we set him, free, and I mean like into the afterlife, not like
Yeah,
free as in.
we moved him on. He's irrelevant.
Then perhaps you can carry out one more service for me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I would like for you to take up communications with the lady who owns the Celestial Menagerie. Mistress Dusklight, was it?
Do we have
Yeah.
to?
I think we just saw her.
Yeah, but she did just run away. I guess we're the most equipped to deal with them, but I don't want to go over there. I hate those guys.
It's a long walk.
Well, you're not here to be with them on friendly terms. You are here to request her arrest, or, if necessary, by force.
Oh, and
Alright,
that
Well,
I'm
you
on
certainly
board
have my
with.
attention.
Because what I'm hearing, I need to have a stern talk with this lady about the circumstances. Or at the very least, solve this problem permanently, because the last thing I want is people to stop worrying about their circuses. Bread and circuses, after all, is the foundation of a strong oppression. I mean government.
Pardon?
Mm-hmm.
What was that?
Ignore
that back
my
Jelly
again.
axis to the north, good citizen.
Okay, all right. But yeah, but like show her the note we have from Dusklight as like evidence. The
Squint,
other
squint.
notes and stuff.
The strange thing is, I don't recall any citizens missing as of recently, at least none of note. So she must have been using some sort of external source for her individual supplies. Either way, as mentioned, you have the authorization to do whatever is necessary to dismantle the Celestial Menagerie.
Finally!
Another reason I'm sending you over instead of going myself is I have good information that there are a variety of strange monsters there that would make my gods disband immediately. There's a manticore in there somewhere at the very least.
Yeah, probably.
And those giant clowns. And a mammoth. Can you believe a mammoth?
I think the clowns are worse. Like, have you seen that one with the like?
a
He's
knife.
so evil looking. Like, why did how did they get any work? Look at the freaking
How
clown.
did you guys not think they were evil this whole time?
I'm usually against prejudice, but I mean that guy.
Yeah.
They had a dude with like stabby hands.
He's just a widow clown.
It's horrible.
Anyway, this is I don't think he's very funny, but hey.
Look at that freaking idiot.
I love that he's using one of those hammer games as a weapon.
Yeah, that's so cool. I love it. God, what a stupid moron. I
Well,
love him.
You're back in Escadar, or at the very least you leave that place. Ah, fresh air, cool on your skin, even if it's drizzling a little. Oh, the air's so salty now that you're salty.
Yeah. Well, at least it doesn't stink like it does down there.
Stinky.
I think if we're going to be going to the Celestial Menagerie, we should, one, go have a rest, and two, inform our Zolgath friend who has a deep grudge and hatred for the Celestial Menagerie.
Oh yeah, he's coming with us.
He probably wants to be involved.
Yeah, like if they're not coming peacefully, we're gonna have him.
Also,
Wait.
Josen, what are your plans? Are you gonna
Chosen
head
is
back?
going to go back to the office. He was here to make sure you did the dungeon right, and now I imagine that he waddles off, or in some fashion looks like remarkably uncomfortable as the situation settles in.
Just go
It was very
Go-
nice meeting you, Joseph.
go home and be a family man.
Okay, so who is this person that hates the what's
The
its?
huge Zolgath guy from when we arrived, and he was in the cave with
The
all
guy
the
that works
wolves.
for our circus now.
Yeah, we convinced him to join the circus.
To be honest, I haven't a clue. My brain is just not pulling up the right files.
Oh, what the hell was his name? We wrote it down.
Yeah, it was the
No,
one that
it
Bella
wasn't a
got wrong.
Zolgath. I'm confusing the words. It
It
was.
was the
said-
wolf type.
Oh yeah, the wolf
Bug-
guy.
Yeah,
You
why
met.
did I think Zolgath? I'm,
Because
Because
we
we've
were
been killing
dealing with
a
a
lot
lot.
of Zolgath.
yeah, we've been saying Zolgath so many times that I'm just like, oh yeah, that's a word for a monster. That works.
That's the word for everything we've
You're
been
thinking
dealing
of
with.
Kolkek.
But
Yeah, that's his
yeah,
name.
Hmm.
it's the guy with the stuff. The things.
Gosh. I mean, on one hand, he would love to beat the shit out of Mr. Dusklight. On the other hand, he's gonna get cold feet.
Oh,
Been a bad time there if you spend most of your time drugged up on opioids and shit.
yeah,
True.
I mean, I figured we'd offer the invitation.
Yeah,
If
let
you
him know
happen to
that we
get
thought of him.
if you happen to get it cleared out and like drag her outside, he wouldn't mind taking a few swings if that's what you want.
Well, we'll certainly keep that in mind.
He'll keep, you know what? He'll stay near the door and make sure no one just runs off.
It's useful.
You never know.
But
Maybe
yeah.
someone with some good information tries to run off.
You can get a good night's sleepy, and then we can go beat up a whole bunch of clowns and things.
Bye, Josen. See you later.
Bye, Justin.
I just said,
Dummy.
We'll probably never see you again, Joseph.
Well, unless you like learn a spell that lets you communicate across vast distances based on name alone.
Hey, I'm not a true namer.
I mean,
I mean-
sending.
I have a dream message, so like I can send them a message in their dreams.
Oh no, he's got a dream voicemail.
Great, Belly, you can make every night a
Bless
nightmare.
you.
You'll have the flashbacks every night.
Oh no. It is morning anew. After a long day down in the dungeon, sleeping out where the breeze can cling to your skin is unpleasant. But the whole circus seems in quite a ruckus, as rumors of your activities have spread quite quickly. It is, after all, a circus full of people who know each other and shake hands every day. As such, the professor, while keen on you going after Mr. Dusklight, does remind you that if she has any inkling that you are coming for her, odds are she will have made the place quite a death trap. There's plenty of monsters and magical trickery she can pull on you.
Probably already.
Well,
a
we'll just
death
have to.
trap.
The problem is we saw her yesterday.
And I'm certain that you will have to contend with the worst she has to offer.
Oh, don't doubt it.
Do
Oh,
not
thank
let
God
her whip
something's-
break your spirit, as it did long ago.
Oh,
Ain't nothing.
this time we're
That's right.
coming with purpose. We're stronger than we were when we left.
It would be nice to put a close on that chapter, and then awkwardly have this whole system still stapled onto the rest of the adventure path. Why does Paizo keep doing this, where they make relatively interesting subsystems and then they make adventure paths completely unrelated to it? It's almost as if they're too insistent on making grand epic stories without anything to do with it. But that is besides the point. You go take care of business. Settle our affairs so that we may sleep in peace once more, and save this town a terrible fate.
That'd be nice. I'd like to sleep in peace.
Is there anything you want to do before you go there? The professor gives you a pat
I'm
on the
gonna look at
shoulders.
my sword, my bow, and see if I can put that wounding upon it.
You can take care of that during the night, yes. Or get someone else to hold it on it. I think it takes like 8 hours to slap it on the whole downtime day, which is dumb. You just rub it on real hard.
Gonna
So,
grab a couple extra
real
healing
quick,
potions.
out of game commentary. I have gotten the vast majority of my stuff packed.
Yay.
Oh, no.
Yay!
So tomorrow, all I have to do is pack up my backpack and figure out what I'm gonna do with the electronics, and get my last load of laundry done. Then I'll have like 12 days worth of clothes.
That's not bad.
It's enough to start.
Yeah.
And then I'll just have to get all my effects in order.
Anyway. Heading on over, baby.
It's
And
time.
on to the circus.
The Celestial Menagerie is on the other side of Escadar, compared to your location. It too is shrouded in the woods. But more importantly, the closer you get, the more you start to hear a rowdy argument. And once you get close enough, you see that this rowdy argument is between a tall, statuesque man, clad completely in metal, which I gotta say is a very impolite way to have a conversation with another individual. He's talking to two equally tall and imposing fellows who wield big sticks and have their arms crossed as if they are not letting this man pass in 1,000 years.
Huh?
Anyway, this is when this is most appropriate.
Oh, God.
It's a great little soundbite, I gotta give you.
Lineback theme.
The man seems to loudly declare that he will be given access and passage, for he has nothing short of questions to ask of the proprietor of this particular entertainment faculty. For it is when good sleeps that evil prevails.
I think that's our cue to enter. Declare our intentions.
He turns around heel turn and goes and holds up his hand. Citizens, this matter is currently under the investigation and the personal affairs of Solace Creek, and shall thus be resolved as expediently as possible. The guys behind him spit in the ground. They're like,
Well, we've been sent by the city
Yeah, we're
guard.
going to be
to
deputized
pick
at
this
point.
bozo up? Well, go ahead. Get him out of here. Yeah.
Actually, we're on official business with your boss. We'd appreciate it if you let us through.
You bitch. Well, unless I happen to see some sort of, what's it called, some sort of certificate, you could go and scram. Yeah, certificate.
Did
I'm
you give us a
assuming they
paper?
gave us like a warrant.
Probably. No, actually she didn't.
Why wouldn't she?
Solace points his fingers at these gentlemen. If you are here to make the proper arrest in the name of goodness and law, then let not these foul fiends stand in your way, for I have sniffed the smell of evil.
Oh, this guy's
What's
a
it smell
capital
like?
P paladin, huh?
If you do in fact have the support of the local law, then writs shall not change their fates.
I mean, we do. We sort of cleared out a whole place and ran into their boss, like, last night.
Yeah, well, we do have authority to take things by force. So, if you guys refuse to stand aside, we will be forced to take action.
They grab their clubs, which, by the way, I don't know why the fuck they got these gloves on their sheaths on their side, like they got a belt loop and everything, like it's a fancy sword. But they grab it out and they start slapping it on their other hand, like, oh, well, I guess we're gonna have to do this one the hard way, huh, chumps?
They grab their 2x4 like a samurai.
This is official Nippon wood. Fold it once.
1,000-fold.
God, I'm dying.
I
Oh,
mean,
that's great.
you really don't want to get in our way. I think it'd be
Solace Creek is too busy monologuing to act first.
Yeah. He's mid monologue.
Okay, Ruby. You get one, I get the other, it looks like.
Allura, why are you standing in front?
well, I could be back when, if that makes more sense.
Definitely.
That would make more
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, I'm gonna step forward and smack this idiot really hard.
Hey, I'm not an idiot. I got a GED.
Yeah, well,
Ah!
D's nuts.
What a long name he has.
I mean, he is conspiratorial.
Hey, he just has a degree. Oh no.
3 actions.
The first, he tries to shove you.
That seems like a poor plan.
Wait, why can I not roll the... Oh, god damn it, they didn't set the sheet up properly. I have to go to... Oh, it's a it's a lore skill. What? For some reason, so they have athletics set up, and okay, let me roll you this. Internally, this is registered as a lore skill.
Why?
Because the way they're supposed to set this up normally, I think they didn't have this figured out. Plus 22
He-
shove, and then we'll
He's
do.
very knowledgeable about shoving.
He's very passionate. The way they're supposed to do it is like this. I don't think in either case he actually manages to shove you because it's a fort save. So, waste his reaction a whole bunch of nothing.
I assume the plus 20 to shove just means he gets an extra plus 3
Yeah.
on top of that.
Well, that's one of your actions, or two at least, or three maybe. I don't know how I did this.
Yeah. I had to step for first, and then I did a power attack, so that's 3. Then I gotta be right back.
Well, you know what
Yeah.
they say. He doesn't actually. What's this terrifying sneer? That's hilarious. That's fucking great. Well, I'll just have to give this old Lucky Lou a good old-fashioned shove. Oh gosh, I gotta... Oh yeah, he didn't get the update. Ugh. Give me like 2 seconds to sort this one out. Plus 20 to shove. Plus 20. Man, I like how easy this is, though. Seems like a real easy to set up compared to otherwise, where recall it's all a little bit pickaninny. I'm just going to try to give Shollis a sub. His DC is 30. Oh no!
Sauls is having a bad start.
Oh no! And then he goes, well, you better get the hell out of here, bucko.
No, they're bullying.
Doesn't he have bravery? You should have bravery, Solace. You're a paladin. You can't piss your pants in the middle of things. Wait a minute. I think I know what he does have.
I think paladins have a different thing.
He has an
Yeah, that's
aura
the
of
one.
courage. Oh wait, no, he gets affected critically because that's his terrifying sneer. I will not be so easily dissuaded for you. Oh wait, one more thing. He gets one more action. He's gonna try to hit you. Ruby.
That
Look
hit?
at that. He swings that club like a pro. I guess that is real Nippon wood.
What is this? The America's Cup?
Why does everyone no longer have... Oh yeah, because they changed it, I think. I think in the back end they changed... No, they didn't. It's just... Okay, we'll have to replace these tokens when we're done.
2 lores.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hunt the one that was hit by Ruby, and I'm gonna shoot him
Delightful.
like this.
Speaking of,
Never fails.
My foot. Did you apply the wounded rune?
I did apply the wounded rune.
To which weapon? Demon's Folly?
Yep. I went and modified it in.
Why did it not include
yeah, it's not
it?
listed.
Yeah, it's not listed. That's quaint. That's annoying because normally
Yeah, it's there. I put it as the second property rune.
what's annoying about that is that now I can't just click and drag the fucking see, if I go
Wait,
up,
it's the plus 1d10 in the piercing damage.
that's not how that works. To the best of what I know. But yeah, that's your deadly. Yeah, it just doesn't have it, I guess. Cool.
So I can
1d6
roll 1d10 to add into it.
1d6 striking.
1d12. It's 1d8 if you hit. 1d12. Or the 1d6. I don't know. I think it's 1d6
Yeah.
and then it becomes 1d12. Yeah.
That's D12 for a crit.
1.
I bleed but a bit.
And he's also pinned to this fence, I guess.
And he's now pinned to that nearby structure. And then, for our last action, I'm going to take a shot, but I'm going to use assisting shot. Doesn't matter. Does nothing. Okay.
Terrifying. The conspiratorial one. Oh, you know what? They really love shove it. Shove that lady on the horseback.
There's
You
a
are
dragon.
pushed back. And then he gives you the old sneer. Whee.
Wow. I mean, I do
They're
have
good at
break,
sneering.
so it is slightly less sneering, but that's still a crit success.
You buzz off, you bozos. And then he hucks a little dagger at you as a goodbye gift.
He is pinned to a wall.
Yeah, no, he's not pinned. He's immobilized. He can't go anywhere, but he can definitely still move where he is. Anyway, Ruby takes.
No, it's just the fact he's trying to act so tough, and he's like gun arrows sticking him to something.
Why does this dagger do acid damage? That's a weird thing to get wrong.
Ow.
Apparently, my dagger's made of acid. Don't ask me how.
It's really
You're like
filthy.
frozen acid.
Ow! I take a little bit of bleeding. Alora,
Take 1 point of bleeding.
Alora.
Yeah, I don't think my Divine Lance is gonna hit him well, but I'm just gonna. Maybe he's evil.
He kind of seems like he would be.
Yeah, in with the lance.
Pew pew. Give me that damage. The searing light stabs into his chest. Cracks of light manifest across his skin, and suddenly the man ruptures.
Oh, I got one.
Did you now?
Yeah.
That
Did you
concerns
now?
me.
Oh,
In his place
Oh no.
stands a gross thing with large ears, sleek horns, and a tongue. Man, those are some long teeth.
I did not do that.
Jeez, Dorman, what
Freak.
long teeth you have. It's a better eat your tickets with, I guess. He almost immediately lets out an abyssal slur of some kind. Oh!
Yeah, I think I speak abyssal.
I mean, I guess it's
Oh
what
man, that was vulgar.
it was vulgar. Basically said something about Alora's heritage. As an elf. Well,
And,
Alora, you have one action left. How do you spend it?
I'll raise my shield, just in case he comes for me.
I told you there was great evil afoot. He steps forward and holds out his mighty hand. Which is to say, he doesn't have a weapon drawn yet. But he has something called Assurance, which means that instead of rolling for anything and having any penalties whatsoever, he just uses his proficiency modifier, which in this case is 15. And he's going to try and throw this guy on the ground and give him a good old-fashioned sneer. He's completely unaffected by things like MAP and the lot, so he just hucks this guy to the ground, and gives him a little spook, and tells him to mend his ways now. Unless he also is stinky. He might actually be stinky. Shit, he didn't think this through. Ruby. In front of you
Well?
is an obvious demon of some sorts, and a gentleman who is on the ground, crying a little.
Well, the guy's scared and on the ground, so I have a better chance of hitting him. So I'm gonna attack that guy.
Not in
Bully
the
him
gut.
while he's down.
Not in the gut.
I'm kind of imagining that the intelligent bruiser did not know of this.
He's just like, wait, what?
We had beer together.
Oh, so he just posted Fuyi's response to it speaking.
Oh, Ruby, you were swinging?
With the power attack.
Ah, my gut! I use that for digesting.
And then I'll have Garlic get some actions and do a fire breath to hit both of them. As
Marvelous.
soon as I get Garlic's sheet up.
Garlic, garlic. Reflex. He does get that.
Wow.
I think his DC is better than that, ain't it? Yeah. Ah! It burns, it burns. Now he's a very warm Nabasu. Nice and crispy.
Yeah. Next.
Next up in line is this guy. He's going to stand up.
Bro, have you been a demon this whole time?
Okay.
We went to high school together. I helped you get your GED.
He stands up and with a single throw hurls his weapon at Solace. Clink. Oh no, I'm getting
Redwood's
hit.
Standing up.
Oh no.
Dummy.
Oh no. Ow.
Also, I have this. He's flat-footed now.
Oh no, what's this? Oh, no.
Disorienting open.
Oh no. That's incredible. Actually, my hits. Clock Solace on the head. Ow! My head! It is stricken strickeningly. Solace, why are you taking direct damage? Don't you have like a whole bunch of... Oh, you don't have a whole bunch of damage. I forgot to initialize it. Whoops.
Oopsie doopsie.
Now you may take your damage. Thank you. He also does not, in fact, have his stamina points showing. There we go. For you.
Okay, as much as I hate to not take the opportunity afforded to me by that disorienting opening, that thing's a demon.
It is,
I
isn't
mean,
it?
My bow
Solos
has
can make.
extra damage against demons. So I'm gonna switch to a cold iron arrow. Use my hunter's aim, and I'm gonna take the shot at him.
And you take that shot.
Take the shot.
And now you die.
Ah, my bones! They hurt from all the bone hurting
Now-
juice.
And now I roll like 3 extra damages.
Marvelous.
So
Hit
it's
'em up.
1d6 for Bane.
Oh.
Yeah, 1d6 for Bane, which is doubled because of a crit, so 2d6, and then 2d12 because of the.
Well, it's 1d12 because it was critical for
Oh yeah, 1d12.
wounding.
Plink. You still using your cold iron arrows?
Yep, I just switched back to him. I saw it was a demon.
Flick, flick. Well, what a marvelous blow. He's searing in pain from the cold iron sting.
And then I'll do another assisting shot after I take off all the stuff. I even didn't use a cold iron arrow because I didn't want to waste a lot of it.
Marvelous.
And a d6. And a d8.
2 8s.
So, don't know why I rolled that twice.
2 8s.
And he's -2 AC on the next person to attack him.
What? What's this? Where'd you get this from?
What?
Tell me.
So I
Ah.
was using assisting shot.
Marvelous. Let's see. What do our good friends have in terms of abilities? I should have looked this through more, but it's very obvious and very easy to do.
Oh, and he's pinned to a surface again.
Ah, penis.
Well, what's going to happen is this fine individual is going to point his eyes at you and show you a death-eating gaze, which sounds like a good thing, if anything. I would love for my death to get
Yum,
eaten.
Yum yum yum.
Go ahead, Fuyu. Make me a fort save. What is
Where's
this
the DC?
death-stealing gaze? Oh, it's down here. Ah, it has an aura. How could I forget? Well, we'll just
Oh,
include that in
yes.
this.
Our friend the Nabazu's aura.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. How could we forget that just being near this man makes you go, dying.
At least
So
they're
what's
not as
the
bad
DC
as
on
they
it?
are in PF1.
What did they do again in PF1? I don't think they were great.
I think they gave negative levels
Yeah, that was fun.
in the aura.
Yeah, who doesn't want one of those? Gotta catch 'em all, as they say. The one Nabasu ticks.
Yeah, you were saying for you?
What's the DC?
23.
Oh,
So
good,
you're
I'm
fine. Well, he's still very hungry. Well, you know who of you doesn't look like you have like a bajillion fort save? Alora. So he'll try again.
Oh no.
Roll that fort save.
DC 23, which is very low, I gotta say.
Made it.
Why is it so low? Your stats are all super good. Why are you so bad with your evil gaze of doom? I guess because it's an aura. That's the whole point. It's like, oh, it's an aura. You don't worry about it. It won't be that big of a deal. Oh well.
That's him coughing from the punctured lung.
Oh, there's a hole in my lung supposed to be. And up next, he'll just kind of move a little closer. And soon take a little bite out of garlic.
Well, he's immobilized.
Oh yeah, no, let's suspend that action getting rid of that. Alora, it's your turn, did you know?
Alright. I'm going to. First, I need to target good boy. Targeted. Now he's targeted. And since it worked so well last time,
No!
he gets smacked.
You get a +2, don't forget that.
Yep.
Yep.
So I just add +2.
You blast
Pew.
him with a sense of satisfaction of a warm meal. That's a hit. Show me the goods.
Oh no, grandmother's cooking.
Oh no! I hate chocolate chip!
He's having a very bad day.
Solace, you have 4 resolve. Stop being so stupid about this. I see before me 2 foul fiends who have nothing but ill intent. He raises shield as one action. He needs that for like all the fun stuff he can also do. Then he grabs a sword forward. You know what? He's not in the mood for hitting people. But he does have the mood for grasping someone firmly. Armor check penalty. Not applicable. He firmly holds on to the Nabazu, grabbing him by the collar, shaking him around. You fool!
Or the collar.
Your fiendish way end here! It is when good blows out the candle that the stench of evil can waft into the room. But let the candle be relit with the fire of Solace Creek. Shake, shake, shake,
I
shake.
love you, Solus.
This man could probably audition for Marina from Mischief Makers.
Well,
Anyway, Ruby, it's your turn, did you know?
the bruiser's not flat-footed anymore because of.
Aha! The turn has come and gone, and I'm fine now. I'm so smart.
Now I'm gonna hit this idiot. Yeah. Let's smack.
Ow, my head! I use that for thinking.
Because he's grabbed, he's flat-footed. Does that mean I get +2 to that?
I think it automatically includes it in his armor class being lowered.
Ah, okay, yeah. Yeah, it does, now that I remember. Yeah.
Clonk.
Hit him. And then, gonna hit him again. Hit him again.
Ah! The Nabasu is looking a little bit like, oh no.
Then Garlic can have another fire breath.
Excuse me, 1d4 rounds. He has to wait a bit.
Oh yeah, he has to wait 2 rounds. Never
His
mind.
breath is too spicy.
Is that a thing for the companion, or is that just Eidolons?
I don't know. I think it's for a lot of breath weapons.
I gotta check. Da 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 da.
I think it does apply to the party, though. Stupid meme because you keep getting bonus NPCs.
Nope, doesn't count.
Awesome.
So yeah, I can just do it whenever.
You fancy riding Drake, just get to spew fire all over the place.
He's just full of fire.
He's got a big belly full of it. Whoops, I'm rolling
Ooh.
doubles, I think. So we're going to ignore that one. I'm just going to keep rolling this one. Alright. What's the DC? It uses the train DC with... Jesus Christ. Is he a specialized Drake?
I don't think he's specialized yet. He's just savage.
In that case, he's got 11 plus 4, 15, 25. Alright, I guess this poor man takes the full brunt of it. And the Nabazoo takes half. He's nice and crisp. Well, that's 2 actions on good old-fashioned garlic to spew some fire. This gentleman rushes in. You're trying to set me and my club on fire, are you? Yeah!
Your friend's a demon.
I'll have you know this club was passed down through my family for generations.
Wait,
Yeah.
Ruby, couldn't you attack of opportunity him?
That was just a step.
He was
Oh,
just
okay,
taking a
that's
big
what
steppy. Fool you.
Okay, so I'm not even gonna waste one of my cold iron arrows on this. I'm just gonna go for the guy in the back and finish him.
Yes.
Pew.
He gets to die from a normal arrow.
No! He is gone.
Dead.
Dead. Killed. Murdered.
And then I'll take an action to hunt the guy close to Ruby, because I...
Solace
I'm
drops
just gonna
the
use
corpse.
assisting shot.
Assisting
Solace
shot
what?
is 2 actions, and you already spent 2 actions on Hunter Shot.
Assisting shot is actually 1 action.
Marvelous.
You gonna do the assessing shot? Right, there you go.
I'm a miss.
Oh,
It is a press, which does mean you can only use it after you've shot once. Alora!
Yeah?
What do you?
I'm gonna just see what this guy's insides look like.
Pew pew.
Are you bad? Are you evil?
It turns out he is. Because he sure takes damage from that blast. He reels and recoils from it at the least.
19 damage.
He does not, however, erupt into a sudden mystery demon. Solace steps around and gives one more chance for him to surrender now, or face the consequences. And then he points his finger pointedly and basically gives Ruby advantage on the roll.
Wow.
I think if you click the attack roll, you can actually set fortune.
Yeah, when you're coming up with the things.
Give
So
her
yeah,
fortune.
if I've got fortune, I've got a power attack.
Oh no.
Yep, fortune.
That.
I didn't.
What?
Well, you get
You rolled a
advantage.
2 and a 3!
Oh,
Wow. Wow.
Even with flat-footed and everything, you somehow miss him.
with every opportunity.
Our nobody does not support this brutal assault. Well, you have more actions than that. How do you want to spend those?
Well, I guess I'll just try and. Well, that was 2 actions because of power
Yes.
attack, so I'm gonna try this. Heat up your wooden stick.
No! You're burning his stick! Let's see.
I think this MAP
Athletics.
still applies to this.
Yes,
so
yes.
I'll add that on. Oof.
It does not succeed, unfortunately.
Alright. That's all three.
Well, his stick is a little hotter now. However, he seems to have gotten himself in quite the flurry. As your attack misses so badly, he feels nothing but invigorated. And turns into a swinging whirlwind of blows.
Ow.
Clonk, clonk.
Ow.
2 on you, dear Ruby. Fuyu, this man has gone mad! As he screams a battle cry and swings!
I'm gonna hunt him. I don't know if this dude's demon. I don't know if it's both of them. And I'm gonna Hunter's Aim and bam!
May not be
It
a
never
I want
fails.
this to go back to the wall.
No!
Yank him out of Solace's.
He's not a demon though, because he's human. So 8 persistent bleed damage, and he gets pinned to a structure.
No! I wish that bleed damage was set up to work. I guess there's an update for that coming anyway. Alora, might you
Oh.
just finish the job?
I might finish with that job.
Space. Oh.
He dies, overtaken by goodness and internal bleeding. But it was mostly the goodness. After all, what can kill a man who has gone mad more than bowel obstruction? Goodness. The smell of warm puppies in the morning. What?
What?
Yes. The fight subsides for now. And Solace extends his hand.
Hello, armored friend.
I'm
The
going to get my
stench of
revive
evil
rest.
rouses this place. It requires cleansing lest we all fall and succumb to its evil.
Yes. We are aware that the owner of this circus has done a great evil.
Certainly.
Yeah, they're pretty. She's a bitch.
I have heard many things about the feline fiend that runs this place. For it is, when good does not report the one who smelt it had dealt it, that evil gets away with the foulest things. I must say that my speeches tend to be a bit more dramatic when my fans are about, but they would only be endangered by these circumstances. He points his sword around, which is remarkably dangerous. It's not a pointing tool. He points it inwards.
Oh, you're with a circus too?
No, I say that we enter now and take care of business before things can escalate. But before we go, take this, Ruby.
Okay.
And maybe take a 10-minute
Good.
rest since you need to get your stamina back.
Yeah, I'll get my stamina back.
And he'll get his focus point back.
Also, speaking of, I kind of have to be somewhere in about 10 minutes.
Marvelous. Then next
sorry that-
time, our hero shall storm the celestial menagerie under the watchful eye of the man who knows where evil hides the cookies.
I'm very sorry about cutting things short.
Never
That's
be
fine.
sorry.
Fine, Dizzer.
It is when
Didn't
good
wanna-
shows no understanding that evil gets to smoke the cigar.
Solace? No. Shush.
He never shushes. This is the curse that we now have to bear.
Hey, listen. Once you get into a situation where he can actually be useful, and I remember to use these two things, you'll be very thankful he's here.
Our old friend Retributive, he's monastery, basically.
Oh, I made him way more monastery than monastery was, because I also got him this. And I also
Oh,
got
yeah.
him... I forgot which one it was, but he gets an extra reaction to shield block, so he's just here to help you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had quick block. I just didn't have shield warden, because Retributive Strike basically does that.
It is when good takes the blow that evil exhausts itself uselessly. Now go!
Yeah.
Bye,
Bye.
Desert.
Bye bye.
But Dizzy,
Whoosh.
If anyone owns a cloak of billowing, it's Solace.
he would have
Yeah.
one.
It always waves, no matter what.
With the big armored handshake. He is wearing full plate. He's got a cool sword. I forgot what I put on his sword. I think I just made it a frosty sword. Because it fits in thematically to have a shining silver sword of cool frostness. It's very cool. Don't put it in your drink. And maybe now Zyla has some time to read some PDFs for things that we might do on Saturday after next Saturday. Ooh.
Ooh.
A game of freedom, of choice. A game of no
Mhm.
preset paths. It is when good takes its liberties that evil is imprisoned. Every time he says that, that theme song just starts playing. And his cloak billows in the wind. Anyway, I'm having way too much fun with this dork.
He is
Look,
a
I
good
remember
dork.
this dork too well.